सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः योगाः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म योग विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया वेदांत योग दर्शन साधनेन आत्मानुभूति कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्व व्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति संरक्षण एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं समस्त अस्माकं सह धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं अनेक शास्त्राणां अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रस्य व्यास भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं कैवल्यार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ योग दर्शनाचार्याणां स्मरणं नमनं प्रार्थना। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम कपिलमहर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम पतंजलि महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम व्यास महर्षये नमः। ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम अथ श्री पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रं चतुर्थः पादः कैवल्य पादः सूत्राणि फ्रॉम 20th एक समये च उभय अनवधारणं चित्तान्तरदृश्ये बुद्धिबुद्धेः अधिप्रसङ्गः स्मृतिसङ्करश्च चितेः अप्रतिसङ्क्रमायाः तदाकारापत्तौ स्वबुद्धिसंवेदनं द्रष्टृदृश्य उपरक्तं चित्तं सर्वार्थं तदसङ्ख्येयवासनाभिः चित्रमपि परार्थं संहत्यकारित्वात् विशेषदर्शिनः आत्मभाव भावना निवृत्ति तदा विवेकनिम्नं कैवल्य प्राग्भारं चित्तं तच्छिद्रेषु प्रत्ययान्तराणि संस्कारेभ्यः हानम् येषां क्लेशवत् उक्तं प्रसङ्ख्याने अपि अकुसीदस्य सर्वथा विवेकख्यातेः धर्ममेघसमाधिः ततः क्लेशकर्म निवृत्तिः तदा सर्वावरणमलापेतस्य ज्ञानस्य आनन्त्यात् ज्ञेयम् अल्पं ततः कृतार्थानां परिणामक्रमसमाप्तिः गुणानां क्षणप्रतियोगी परिणामपरान्तनिर्ग्राह्यः क्रमः पुरुषार्थशून्यानां गुणानां प्रतिप्रसवः कैवल्यं स्वरूपप्रतिष्ठा वा चितिशक्तेः इति। ओम शांति शांति शांति। फोर्थ पाद वी आर इन कैवल्य पाद योग दर्शन। As said just now, from the objects to the vritti, from the vritti to the chitta, from the chitta to the chidabhasa, from chidabhasa to the purusha, we have to travel in understanding viveka khyati, then detaching from everything else, attach, identify only with purusha and stay in that. That's called kaivalyam here in yoga darshanam. Okay. Yesterday in our Pachisva Sutra, what we saw was Vishesha Darshinaha Atma Bhava Bhavana Vinivrutti. So, Atma Bhava Bhavana, how much ever it may be looking to be noble as a bhakta, as a jignasu, as a sadhaka, ये सब भी आत्म भाव भावनाएं हैं. वन थ्रू हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ विवेक ख्याति है ना, realizes the independent Purusha Tattva, Chaitanya Atma Tattva, है ना, independent Purusha Tattva, Chaitanya Atma Tattva as himself. For him, that Atma Bhava Bhavana is not there, not required. That is the meaning of na baddho na cha sadhakaha na muksho na mukta in Vedanta. है ना? I am bound is a concept, a wrong notion. That is why I have to be liberated. That idea comes. Then for that I have to do the sadhana. And then I did sadhana and became mukto. ये सारे झूठ है. From the highest standpoint में, पारमार्थिक दृष्टि में, एक ही एकमेवाद्वय परब्रह्म is always there, who has never become bound, that it needs any moksha. It's all just ignorance. Kalpana. Here also, Atma Bhava Bhavana, other than Purushattadatmya, is also an obstacle that also has to be transcended. Here, what are the Atma Bhava Bhavanas? When he shifts his identity, like Adarshi, he became the Darshi. Then he saw the Upadhis. Then he saw his bondage with the Upadhis. And he wants to be freed from it. Therefore, he is trying for that moksha. In that, he is putting these questions. Who am I? What am I? Where I have come from? What are these bondages? How to get liberated? What is this Prakriti? What is this Jagat? What is this creation? Who are the other people? What's my relation? These are all Darshi. Adarshi to Darshi. He is this way inquiring. And Vishesha Darshi is he who realizes himself to be that Chaitanya Atma Purusha, where these questions are not there. Because in Chaitanya so है नहीं, एक ही परमात्मा है. क्या सवाल पूछोगे किसके बारे में? So it was said here कि स्वभावम मुक्त्वा दोषाद एषाम पूर्व पक्षे रुचिर भवति अरुचिश्च निर्णये भवति. Then tatra atma bhava bhavana. So he comes to that level of lower vairagya from the objects and the vrutthis. Now he is inquiring about himself. That's called atma bhava bhavana. Bhavana means inquiry. Atma bhava means about oneself. What inquiry is doing? Kim को हम आसम, मैं कौन हूँ, कथम अहम आसम, कैसे मैं एग्जिस्ट कर रहा हूँ, किम स्वित इदम, व्हाट इज द जगत इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी, कथम स्वित इदम, हाउ इट हैज कम, के भविष्यामः, what will happen to us and the jagat in future, and what we have to become, katham bhavishyamaha, how we become like that, what's the process, iti. Satu, all these questions, Satu Vishesha Darshinaha Nivartate. For a Vishesha Darshi, these questions regarding himself will not be there. Kutaha? Why? Because Chittasya eva eshaha vichitra parinamaha. All these questions are only of the Purusha identified with the Chitta, और चित्त के स्थाई के ही सारे क्वेश्चन है. They are all the questions in the form of thoughts only. Thoughts only in the form of questions. Those belong to Chitta. Chittasya parinama, which Chittasya eva vichitraha parinama. Purushatu, who is Purusha? Asatyam avidyayam. Ignorance about himself has gone away. Therefore, Shuddha Chittaha Dharmai. Shuddha is pure, immaculate. Chitta Dharmai apramrushta iti. He is not touched by the dharmas of the Chitta anymore. Therefore, these questions never rise in him, and also he has no avidya about himself. He understands himself to be the Chaitanya Swarupa Purusha. ततः अस्य आत्मभाव भावना Asya kushalasya. In this way, the one who through paravairagya, having kept everything away, discovered himself as a Shuddha Chaitanya, for him, Atma Bhavana Nivartate. All the doubts are all the Atma Bhavanas that in Vedanta, I am samsari, I have to get moksha, for that I have to become sadhaka. All of that will go away. यहाँ भी जो जो सवाल पूछा अभी तक, मैं कौन हूँ, कहाँ से आया हूँ, है नो, ये सारे वारे दीवानो मुझे पहचानो मैं हूँ कौन, ये सारे क्वेश्चन नहीं रहते. You are donkey, or as a jiva donkey, as a self you are done. The knowledge has dawned in you. DAWN. So in this way, in that paravairagya sthiti, when avidya go on, Purusha apprehends himself, then Atma Bhava Bhavana regarding his individuality, still light to the chitta, those questions only get dissolved. So, Vishesha Darshana Atma Bhava Bhavana Nivrutti. Okay. Now comes the 26th Sutra. Then what happens when Atma Bhavana is getting reduced and his identity with the Purusha Tattva is increasing? How it looks like, how he feels like, said in this 26th Sutra. Tada Viveka Nimnam Kaivalya Pragbharam Chittam Tada Viveka Nimnam Kaivalya Pragbharam Chittam Tada Viveka Nimnam Kaivalya Pragbharam Chittam Tada Viveka Nimnam Kaivalya Pragbharam Chittam. You know, Viveka Nimnam Chittam now Kaivalya Pragbharam. The Chitta now will inquire and show its more and more interest in the Kaivalya Atmasthiti only. That is no more having any samskara vasanas in it to form the vrittis about the Jagat and get interested or lost in it. ये सब नहीं रहेगा. चित्त कैवल्य प्राग्भारम, like college students, a very highly inspirational, patriotic person, 5 days लगातार gave them the lecture about India, India's glory, and how we have to sustain its culture, tradition by being its custodian, with all proofs, all the examples when he explains. Those students who were earlier either very lazy or selfish oriented, that we have to get the job for our own salary, will they not become, yeah, we have to serve the nation? That feeling created in them is called Desha Bhakti Pragbharam, isn't it? वो महिमा सुनकर उनका चित्त अभी उस तरफ मुड़ता है. In the same way here also, when this stage is achieved, Atma Bhava Bhavana Nivrutti होने के बाद, Chitta now is only Kaivalya Pragbharam. Its orientation, its attitude, its attention is only in getting Kaivalya through Purushatadhatmya. The Chitta no more has the, like you and I, wanting to study Shastra. So Shastra Adhyena Pragbharam, कि हमको क्लास नहीं छोड़ना, सुनना ही है हर दिन, मुझे हर दिन पढ़ाना ही है, पढ़कर. तो इस तरह इस स्थिति में उस साधक योगी का चित्त कैवल्य के तरफ ही ज्यादा मुड़ता रहेगा. सेम लाइक इंडिविजुअल इज टोल्ड, लाइक द Prahlada when he was in the womb was told by Narada about the Narayana Mahima. अब वो जन्म से ही वो नारायण भक्त हो गए. नारायण भक्ति प्राग भारम. Nobody could deter him from that. छोटो किसी को ड्रिंक्स ड्रग्स का कोई आदत कराया, अब उसको चेक्स का लग गया उसका, तो इसका जिंदगी पूरा उसी के प्राग भारम हो जाएगा, है ना. Nobody child born that way so negative, but युवावस्था में they get habituated with the friends, especially when they are away from family, all alone घूमते हैं ना दूसरे में, कोई टूर में जाने वाले, आर्मी में रहने वाले, they are away from family, so दोस्तों के साथ वो मजा मौजी स्टार्ट हो जाता है. Then the mind gets attached to them as a necessity only. then anybody prag bharam ho jate then. That becomes one of the predominant entertainment. And उनको सस्ते में मिल जाते हैं सारे कैंटीन में. एग्जाम्पल्स कैसे कोई बंदा इन्फ्लुएंस होकर प्राग भारम होता है. हियर ऑल्सो इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं, जो इन्फ्लुएंस था वो चला गया. द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ बिकमिंग जीवा थ्रू थिंकिंग अबाउट द वर्ल्डली थिंग्स. आत्मभावना का निवृत्ति हो गया. Therefore, चित्तम कैवल्य प्राग भारम भवति. Beautiful, na, that state. He is in Vedantic Bhashya, the Tivra Mumukshu and Jignasu. But I must know myself. That's what morning in the introduction in the Vedanta class. Nirguna, Nirupadika Atma, Sopadika Atma. So for the Sopadika Atma, उनका क्या है ना, आत्मभाव भावना निवृत्ति हो गया. अब निरुपाधिक आत्मा को जानना है. दैट्स व्हाट विवेक प्राग भारम, कैवल्य प्राग भारम चित्तम भवति. Because Kaivalya is achieved only in Nirupadhika Atma. देखो luckily today only we discussed it and ये वाला आ गया. So तदानीम, at that time, tad asya chittam, of this yogis chitta, which was earlier Vishaya pragbharam ajnana nimnam asit. It was out of ignorance, was always bent towards the Vishayas only. Tat, of him right now, asya anyatha bhavati. It becomes totally reverted now, reversed, opposite. You know, that is, rivers are those which can never get reverse. Pronunciation is same, but their spelling is different. Reverse get never reverse. So, that is anyatha bhavati. What do you mean by anyatha bhavati? Kaivalya pragbharam means vivekaja jnana nimnam. So, Kaivalya pragbharam means toward the Kaivalya only. What is that? Vivekaja jnana. All the time is in the viveka of this is Prakriti, I am the Purusha. This is Prakriti, I am Purusha. I need not give any value to Prakriti. I need not come under the sway of Prakriti. In this Viveka only is there so much, after which alone he detaches from the Prakriti in this Yoga Marga and becomes one with that Purusha, discovers his oneness with Purusha, or he discovers himself to Purusha, which is called as Kaivalya. तब जाकर के कैवल्य बनता है. सो व्हाट इज द वेदांत को इसको कंपेयर करके दे दो, देखो. सो दृश्य का हमें निराकरण करना है, दर्शन का हमें निराकरण करना है, फिर दृष्टा का भी निवारण करना है. हियर ऑल्सो द ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर रिजेक्टेड, देन द वृत्तिस आर रिजेक्टेड, देन द पुरुषा who was interested in them, Atma Bhava Bhavana, he also has to be rejected. The Jiva Purusha, the Vritti Tadatma Yukta Purusha. When these three are rejected, then in Vedanta, that one Atman, which was expressing as Drashta Darshana Drishya, is revealed. Here also, the Shuddha, untouched with Prakriti, that Chaitanya Atma is realized as ourselves, which is called here as Kaivalyam. So, this Chittam becoming Kaivalya Pragbharam should be noted with quotes that this is a state we have to reach in our spiritual evolution, wherein our Chitta always is in the separation of Prakriti and Purusha and identifying with the Purusha Tattva. That's called as Kaivalya Pragbharam. Tada Vivekanimnam. Vivekanimnam means विवेक के तरफ हमेशा प्रकृति पुरुष विवेक करते हुए, प्रकृति को अलग करते हुए ये कैवल्य देने वाला पुरुष से तादात्म्य करना. चित्त is doing all the time that only. Is no more. See, chitta is there. In the chitta, vrutthis come. Vrutthis definitely of the jagat. When the jagat sambandhi vrutti chitta mein aate hain, when atma bhava bhavana is not rejected, that time all the vruttis we have to enjoy in them, to indulge in them. Same vruttis come when atma bhava bhavana is rejected, not for indulging in them, but to reject them. Thoughts to आएंगे. When the thoughts come, when you indulge, you are a samsari. When you reject, you are a sadhaka. So he becomes sadhaka. Viveka nimnam मतलब वो है. Like I remember some person. So my emotions for that person, my interactions of the past, or I want to talk to that person now, then I take a phone and call or a message. This, when I am an individual, that vritti comes. When the Atma Bhavana is removed, that person again will come in my mind, the sentiment, emotions. But what I do that? This is a thought. I have nothing to do with that person. That is only a thought. I have to realize the Purusha in me. Therefore, with this, I reject to entertain that thought of that person. That's the meaning of Vivekanimnam, and slowly reaching to Purusha is equal to Kaivalya Pragbharam Chittam हो जाता है. And then while doing it so, the journey is again is not necessarily smooth. Because 70, 80, 90% of asanas we might have eliminated in process so far. Even 95. 5% अभी जो deep rooted होते हैं, then they will disturb our Kaivalya Pragbhara Chitta. That we are not able to continuously maintain our identity with the Purusha Tattva. Slip हो जाकर we identify with the Vrutti and any type of behavior we may do. A highly evolved spiritual Mahayogi can act like a silly childish also at one time, which you can't even imagine. ऐसे महान महात्मा संत ऐसे कैसे उन्होंने ना, he may scold someone, he may abuse someone. We think अरे कैसा हो गया रे बाबा. That is the answer. He maximum is eliminated, but one or two are there with which he got identified and they got expressed. From our side इतना महात्मा ऐसा कैसे पाप किया हम सोचते हैं. But from his side, that has to get exhausted. That is still there. It is reminding us, मैं हूं मुझे भी भगा दो. So वो express होता है. Therefore, in between, the disturbances come. So whenever spiritual sadhana में disturbance आते हैं ना, we should not feel bad or regretted. But we should know कि even this kachra is there in me, of which I have to get rid. Like काम क्रोध वासनाएं आए तो फुलफिल करना तो संसार है. फ्रस्ट्रेट होने से फायदा नहीं होता. फिर जानना है कि अच्छा ये अभी भी मेरे अंदर है. देन व्हाट आर द शास्त्रा सेइंग टू एलिमिनेट दीज थिंग्स. तो इसे ऐसा करके इनको उन्होंने निकालने को कहा. चलो लेट मी डू दैट. So a spiritual person should be very clear. He cannot feel guilty or regretted of any negative thoughts come. He can't justify also. He should never indulge in them. He must know कि अच्छा ये भी मेरे अंदर कचरा है. That has to be cleared. And when you are cleaning your room, some corner, some dirt is there. You don't feel sentimental emotion about it. अच्छा है, अब उसको भी निकाल देना. That's it. So therefore, in the next sutra that is said, even though Atma Bhavana is rejected, slowly is a Viveka, Khyati is becoming stronger and stronger. Accordingly, Kaivalya Pragbharam is happening where he is identifying the Purusha. Suddenly in between Gadbad hota hai. That's what next sutra. Tachidreshu pratyantarani samskarebhyah. Tachidreshu pratyantarani samskarebhyah. Tachidreshu pratyantarani samskarebhyah. So tachidreshu pratyantarani samskar. All the three. First chidra means what? When we become weak in our viveka kyati. Immediately from the remaining whatever few samskaras are there, the pratyayas come. Pratyaya means the thoughts, the distracting thoughts. Or when samskaras still are there, not eliminated, they look for the chidra. Chidra means loophole. The moment they find that loophole in our inadvertence, immediately they express it as the pratyaya. Or while doing this sadhana, when we look at the pratyayas, that creates the chidra in which the existing vasanas, if at all few are there, they express. What is sadhana at that time? Same thing. Maintain your viveka kyate to such a strong level that even those finer vasanas also get eliminated. So these things will be discussed in our next three sutras. Then the Kaivalya Dharma Mega Samadhi is explained. In that way, in a 10 days time, maximum 7 days time, this Shastra we will conclude. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Tat Sat Brahma Arpanamastu. Thank you.